My dear brothers and sisters, when I say praise be Jesus Christ, the answer is now and forever. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Good evening, my dear brothers and sisters. Today's readings invites us to delve deep into the nature of Jesus' mission and the radical message of compassion he brought to the world. In today's gospel, we encounter a dramatic scenario. The Pharisees have decided to take drastic actions against Jesus. They are plotting his death, a decision motivated by jealousy and their interpretation of their law. The Pharisees are like those who are feeling threatened by change. But what is change? Why did they react with hostility rather than openness? Imagine the scenario of the tension, Jesus being aware of the danger, but he chooses to withdraw. He doesn't confront the Pharisees directly, but instead he continues his ministry of healing and compassion. Jesus' actions are a powerful statement about his understanding of leadership and mission. He heals the sick and warns them not to make him known. My dear brothers, this is not out of vanity or a desire of secrecy, but it is to fulfill the prophecy of Isaiah. What is the prophecy of Isaiah, my brothers? He quotes, "Behold my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved in whom I delight." This This quote is a very powerful message about the gentle power of Jesus, because his prophecy describes Jesus as a servant who does not contend or cry out, and who tenderly cares for the bruised reed or the smoldering wick. What does that mean? A bruised reed means it's like a plant that is weakened and on the verge of breaking, and the meaning of smoldering wick is a candle that is nearly extinguished. Yet Jesus does not destroy or dismiss them. Instead, he nurtures them. This approach is a departure from the norms of the leadership we often see in politics. We live in the world that values assertiveness and loud declarations. Yet Jesus is showing us a different path. His strength lies in his quiet. His strength lies in his quiet, consistent acts of love and healing. Let's consider the context of historical. The Pharisees were influential religious leaders who placed heavy burdens on the people with their strict interpretation of the law. They were akin to the strictest of school teachers. They are always focused on rules and seldom on the hearts of the students. Their authority and interpretations were meant to guide, but often they become a source of oppression rather than inspiration. So Jesus' approach was very revolutionary. He didn't add more rules, but to fulfill itself the essence of the law, which is love. He did this not with loud proclamations, but through the acts of kindness. He is the definition of the essence, the calm in the storm, and the description of a mentor who showed the way not by shouting, but by living the truth. I would like to quote from my favorite Saint Pope John Paul II. He said, "The human person is the primary route that the Church must travel in fulfilling her mission." Jesus, through his gentle actions, made the human person, especially the marginalized and the oppressed, the focus of his ministry. His mission was to lift up the human spirit, to heal the brokenhearted, and to bring justice to those who were suffering. In our first reading from Micah, it describes the injustice of those who covet and seize what rightfully belongs to others. Micah denounces these actions with a profound sense of urgency. He said, "Woe to those who plan iniquity and work out evil on their couches." My dear brothers, this image conveys the deep sense of betrayal by those wronged. The prophet Micah warns that such actions will lead to ruin. The consequences of injustice are not just personal, but it is communal. It is breaking the trust and fabric of the society. So, what can we get here? It is saying that Micah prophecy serves as a powerful reminder to us about the importance of integrity and fairness. It challenges us to reflect on our own actions. Do we take more than fair share, or do we disregard the needs of others? Let us reconsider on how we can embody the gentle strength of Jesus in our own lives. This might not mean performing miracles, but just small acts of kindness. It might mean standing for those who cannot defend themselves. Pope John Paul II said, "We are called to be the church of the poor, the church of the humble, the church of the suffering." This calls us to look beyond our own comfort and to reach out to those who are struggling. It's about making a difference in the lives of those around us, showing the love in tangible ways. So, my dear brothers, let us take these lessons, these homilies, to our hearts. In a world where often values power and noise, let us remember that their strength lies in gentleness and humility. We need to follow Jesus' example by being the instruments of hope, embodying His love in every action we take. So, may we be like Jesus, not breaking the bruised reed or quench, but striving to be the beacons of His gentle strength and the source of peace in our communities. We need to remember that every act of kindness, that every act of patience, that every gesture of support reflects the love and justice of Jesus. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we need to remember that what Jesus did, that He didn't force His way in, but gently opened the doors to the hearts of those He healed and served. Jesus' approach wasn't about overwhelming people, but inviting them into a relationship with God through acts His love. I would like to give a quote that will boost confidence of people. Even if you fail, God, God have plans to prosper you. Amen. Praise be Jesus Christ now and forever.